So here we have a project with some classes that could be used to model the cell phone accounts of different users for different pay levels of cell service. So we've got an unlimited cell phone service account, we got a budget and a basic. And we're using inheritance to reuse code so that we don't repeat ourselves. And so we've got these three objects, one of each type, and they get initialized with a certain number of minutes and megabytes. And we can print out their status. We can use up megabytes, we can use up minutes, and then we can see the status updated once again. So if I run this, we can see that the accounts start off like this at the beginning of the month, for example, and then after they are used a little bit, they keep track of each user's available minutes or available megabytes. Actually, in this case, it prints it out as gigabytes. So the interesting part is that we've got this unlimited class, and we've got methods to retrieve the number of minutes left. It simply returns the integer field talk minutes, and we can use up minutes by providing a certain amount of time. In this case, unlimited, because there's unlimited talk time, it doesn't change the number of minutes. So this method actually doesn't do anything. We can, however, use data. And so the megabytes gets deducted from our main total. We have a method here that returns a string. It just formats some numbers and prints out what you see below here in the console. And so next we've got the basic and budget options. So the budget option extends unlimited. Now, what it's going to do is override the use minutes method. Okay, so you remember in unlimited, you don't the minutes don't get used up. So we override that method so that when you do invoke use minutes, the talk minutes gets deducted, and this field is referring to this one right here. So other than that, it's basically the same as unlimited. And then we've got basic. Basic also extends unlimited. And so minutes get used. There is no data. And megabytes left is always 0. So those two methods are overridden from unlimited. Another interesting thing you'll notice in the constructors, so when we create a basic account, we have to call the constructor of the superclass, and we use the super keyword. So basically, it's like unlimited, it's like calling the unlimited constructor. And the unlimited constructor takes monthly minutes and monthly megabytes, and also set, so because budget doesn't have unlimited minutes, we have to set the number of minutes explicitly, because in unlimited, well, actually we do that as well. And in basic, we set the number of minutes, but we don't allow any value for data, so that just goes as 0 explicitly always. We can show the relationship of these three classes with a class diagram, and it looks like this. We use an arrow that's not colored in that points to the superclass. A method in a subclass with the same signature as one in the superclass overrides the superclass method. Internal documentation in Java programs or comments follow a standard called doc comments. When the standard is followed, The JavaDoc tool can be used to automatically create API documentation. You'll see this, an example of this in the Greenfoot API. In practice, people typically call that web page, that documentation, the JavaDocs, even though technically the tool is called JavaDoc, but when people say read the JavaDocs, they mean read this sort of web page.